countdown to blast off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Lord Blood-Rah's Wrackin Theater. Lord Blood-Rah, good! Welcome.
My lords and ladies, geeks, geekarellas, geekulas, and geekeritas, I am Lord Blood-Rah, and this is Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-Wrackin Theater. And tonight we have the very first film from the writer, director, and special effects practitioner who earned the nickname Mr. Big in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, Mr. Bert I. Gordon. Ha ha! The man who gave us The Amazing Colossal Man, The Spider, Village of the Giants, Food of the Gods, and many other films featuring giant creatures and people. Tonight, from 1955, it's the low-budget lark, King Dinosaur. Let's dive right into this Mesozoic mess of stock footage and laughable lizards. Here is King Dinosaur.
On the morning of March 18th at precisely 7:48 a.m., a coded message directed to our president was cabled from this observatory. A message of such vital importance that our Congress was called into an emergency session. A phenomenon out there in space was the subject of these top-secret communications. It wasn't long until the astronomers of other nations also discovered what had happened. Earth now had a new neighbor. A new planet had moved into our solar system and had established its orbit around the sun so close to Earth that for the first time it was conceivable to believe that man on Earth could actually travel to another planet. A planet that had every indication that its atmosphere would support life. Many of the mysteries of this vast ocean of space would soon be solved. It would be a race between countries to see which one would be the first to bring our civilization to another planet in space. On April 23rd, the word to start comes from Washington, and immediately our finest research laboratories change over to this all-important project, the building of a passenger-carrying rocket ship. Every security measure is taken. Test upon test must be made to develop, improve, create, invent. A jet engine must be built with a thrust great enough to launch the spaceship through the many miles of Earth's atmosphere. It must also be able to withstand the pressures found in outer space. June 3rd, With the aid of unusually favorable atmospheric conditions, Professor Albert Garnett is able, with the world's largest telescope, to photograph an extremely clear view of the new planet. It is now certain that plant life of some kind definitely exists there. The professor, incidentally, is also credited with naming the new planet Planet Nova. New metals must be developed with tensile strength capable of withstanding great atmospheric pressures. Switch on for jet engine test number 87. Structural weaknesses are studied. Tested. Every conceivable test for man and machine alike is run the gauntlet. There is no margin for error. Special equipment is developed. This nuclear power plant will serve as an auxiliary source of electricity while our people are on the planet. Actually, because it is activated by atomic power, it could supply their needs for many years if something were to go wrong and their return to Earth were delayed. Naturally, the people must be careful in using such equipment, because if the atomic power were allowed to go unharnessed, an atomic fission reaction would take place, an atom explosion. A time clock is the controlling mechanism for this reaction. They, of course, will understand its use and therefore minimize any danger. Pressure vaults are constructed to simulate the pressures found in space. Record every vibrating pulse. Turbojet engines used in assisting takeoffs of our giant bombers are studied, for there lies the greatest problem, blasting the ship off the ground and out of Earth's gravity pull. The first test rocket is ready. Rocket test number 2. This rocket carries animals, white mice. As the rocket zooms upward, gravity is still present to hold the mice and little ball downward toward Earth. Now the mice are floating in air, since they are now beyond Earth's gravity pull. The test proves out. Animals can live in space. It's man's turn next to take the calculated risk. The spaceship is ready now for its passengers. If animal life is found on the new planet Nova, an expert on zoogeography would be a most important member of the space expedition. On August 10th, Dr. Richard Gordon was chosen to fill that position. He became famous with his discovery of the giant prehistoric tar pits near Salt Lake City just 2 years ago. The study of rock formations and its minerals is like reading the personal diary of a planet. Dr. Nora Pierce joined the space expedition on August 27th. Her doctorate in mineralogy was awarded for her mineralogical research in the Himalayan mountains. That same day, the giant spaceship was being wheeled into position for its space flight, which was now a matter of weeks away. Medicine must be represented on this expedition, since the health of these people and the people that will venture into space in the future is of primary importance. Dr. Ralph Martin's war service fortified him with the experience of treating most diseases and fatalities that overtake men, that is, on our Earth. The chemistry of the new planet was to be studied by Dr. Patricia Bennett, who completed the group of scientists. She was noted for her thesis on the use of radiochemistry in medicine. Dr. Bennett entered the group on September 12th. On October 1st, it was observed that the position of Nova was in the most advantageous location for our purpose. The ship must blast off within 24 hours. Earth now had a new neighbor. A new planet had moved into our solar system.
Yes, the greatest minds of our modern age wrestled with the problem of spaceflight. With varying results. But, undeterred, they pressed on, sending mice into the vastness of space to see if living things could venture out beyond Earth's atmosphere. Success! The mice survived, with a few minor side effects. But now it was man's turn. We've broken the gravity bonds of Earth, but now to invent a vessel that could carry man to the stars. Progress marches on. Do you love horror, science fiction, B-movies, horror hosts, old-time radio, just plain spooky stuff? Then you should sign up at patreon.com/Lord Blood-Rah. You'll be supporting the production of Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-Wrackin Theater, presenting the best, worst, and wildest horror films ever made. Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-Wrackin Auditorium, featuring the best of old-time radio horror. Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour, showing classic 1950s sci-fi shows for Star Cadets of all ages. Plus, you'll get exclusive access to bonus content like Behind the Curtains of the Nerve-Wrackin Auditorium, a deep dive into radio horror. Lord Blood-Rah's B-movie reviews, a look at a classic low-budget drive-in feature, and much more. Sign up today at patreon.com/Lord Blood-Rah for the love of horror.
Instructions are to prepare for an attack by an unknown enemy. That's what he meant. Who do you think you are, anyway?
Answer me, or I destroy you!
Stop!
There's something behind this, something we don't understand. The weapon he uses, it's unheard of. Blasting flesh right off the bones.
Master control to fleet, set flight pattern to -.08. Increase speed.
They're coming right at us! Get down inside the cave!
Now back to King Dinosaur, as preparations are being made to launch the first expedition to the newly neighboring planet Nova. What strange mysteries will they find there? Well, frankly, the title's a bit of a giveaway. Oh, and before we go any further, the narrator's voice in the last segment may have sounded familiar.
Welcome to Altair 4, gentlemen. I am to transport you to the residence.
That's the voice of Marvin Miller, who, besides being a prolific character actor, was the voice of Robbie the Robot in the 1956 science fiction classic Forbidden Planet. So, let's see if our intrepid crew can make it to Planet Nova. Because if they don't, this is going to be a very short movie.
Attention! Attention! The members of the expedition will please report to the ship. Blast off is in X-20 minutes. Blast off in X-1 minute. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. the spaceship kept on its course without the least deviation. The people on Earth followed the ship's progress as long as possible with powerful telescopes and with radar. To our people inside, the days, the weeks, the months, all went by without mishap.
Thank God we made it. Is it as lovely as it seems?
Yes, if it's habitable. An active volcano. This planet is quite young, Pat. We're going to start our test, Dick, to see if it's safe to remove our suits.
Your instruments are on their way down. Hurry up with the test so Nora and I can get out and join you, huh?
A preliminary biological study made of the air on Nova show the indications of microscopic life not too different from that found on Earth. However, approximately 40% of the bacteria was completely unfamiliar.
Test for radiation gave a reading of approximately 10% above normal background count. Liquid tested for biotic contents indicated less than a tolerable percentage.
Temperature, 78 degrees.
Air pressure, 13.8 pounds per square inch.
Although our preliminary tests are in no way conclusive, they do substantiate, however, that human and animal life as we know it on Earth can exist in the atmosphere and environment of planet Nova. Now, let's get out of these suits.
Dick, Nora, the atmosphere checks out all right. It's safe to come out.
The air is a bit richer in oxygen, notice? Anyway, it'll speed up our reactions.
Oh, you take care of your own reactions, Doctor.
Anything, Nora?
This is just great.
There's animal life here. There must be plenty of water, then.
Listen, I saw a lake over in that direction before we landed. Let's go and take a look.
Okay.
All right?
They look like vultures.
Look at that tree. Isn't he cute?
Well, there it is, just like I saw on the scope. As pretty a lake as anyone would want, and it's all private.
But what about that island? It's a strange-looking place.
Looks like it's covered with heavy jungle growth. No sun over there.
I'd like to have a look at that when we have time.
I don't see why, Nora. All they want in Washington are tests and samples from wherever we land. They didn't say anything about extensive exploration.
You conservative doctors. Well, I don't care. All I can see is that water, and that means a bath, Nora, and let's get some clean clothes and have one, huh? Uh-huh. Ah, ladies first, please.
As I said, this was Bert I. Gordon's directorial debut, and one of his lowest budgeted films. But it did kick off an impressive run of late 50s drive-in sci-fi films, including The Amazing Colossal Man, its sequel, War of the Colossal Beast, and Attack of the Puppet People. Besides his predilection for giant creatures, Bert I. Gordon's films were also marked by generally unconvincing special effects. Special effects that Mr. Gordon did himself. He was no Ray Harryhausen, but no, that's it. He was no Ray Harryhausen. Old Time Radio Horror. Experience the subtle magic of old-time radio horror every week with Lord Blood-Rah's nerve-wracking auditorium. Chilling audio nightmares from radio classics like Lights Out, The Witch's Tale, Dark Fantasy, and many more. Available on YouTube and most podcast providers. Lord Blood-Rah's nerve-wracking auditorium. Please leave your eyes at the door. You will not need them.
Coming to this theater soon, The Beast of Yucca Flats. Filmed on the burning hot sands by Yucca Flats. See terror, panic, murder. See the Cardoza and Francis production of The Beast of Yucca Flats. See a man turn killer. See a woman ravaged. See one of the most exciting movies ever made. See The Beast of Yucca Flats. A killer on the loose. Death sweeps across the desert. Panic. A bloodthirsty killer stalks a moonlit desert. See The Beast of Yucca Flats.
As we return to stock footage theater, King Dinosaur, there is still no sign of a dinosaur, royal or otherwise. Or Little Joe the Honey Bear, for that matter. Come on, movie. Let's get with it, huh?
Much further? I want some samples from that rock strata. What time would you say it is?
It's about 3 o'clock Earth time here.
Except that we don't know how many hours there are on the daily cycle here. You know, this place could move around faster than our Earth.
Well, let's figure for 3 o'clock anyway. That gives us 3 or 4 hours before dark.
cropping's further than we thought.
Well, a couple of more miles should bring us there.
A couple of more miles as the crow flies, but 5 miles up and down those hills.
Yes, but walking is a whole lot easier than digging.
What do you think, Nora?
About the age of this place? Afraid your guess was right. It's pretty young as planets go. Much younger than our Earth.
What era would you say it is?
Prehistoric. Are you serious, Nora? Look, let's get out of here and get back to the ship. I'm scared to death, and I don't mind admitting it.
What about it, Nora? Do you have enough?
Yes, for the kind of preliminary survey they want. I can get more information while the rest of you are working. That island. I wonder what's over there.
Well, vegetation certainly looks different from that around here.
Maybe we can pay it a quick visit before we leave. Let's let the next people pay it a visit. Let's get back to the ship, get out of here before something awful happens to all of us.
We better go. It's getting dark.
Do we know the way?
Doesn't get dark too soon, we're all right.
Is this the way we came?
I'm not sure.
Oh, I'm dead. Pat.
Oh, well, that does it. Right. There's not much point in tramping through the woods all night. What do you say we fix ourselves a place and sleep here? It'd be a lot easier to find our way in the daylight.
Fine. One more. All righty. Hey, how about that? Home sweet home.
Looks real good, huh?
Uh-huh.
Step up to the front desk and register. That's an owl.
This is going to be real comfortable. Well, it's not the Waldorf, but I like it.
Here, Pat, hang this up, will you?
Okay.
Ralph, let's get the packs. Now, Ralph and I are going to split the watches, 3 hours apiece. That should take us up until daylight. You girls get some sleep.
No reason why we can't take a watch, too.
Yes, there is.
Oh, dang.
No arguments. I'll get some sleep. Ralph, I'll take the first one.
Okay. Wake me up a little early, will you? Hey, I thought you were going to call me.
I'm okay. Thought as long as I felt all right, I'd stay with it a while longer.
Looks like the second shift's going to be a little wet. Good night, old man.
Tell me, Doctor, do you still want to marry me?
You know I do. Let's take a walk.
Wake up!
Well, I hope that wasn't King Dinosaur or Little Joe the Honey Bear. And you know, I'm beginning to doubt if Earth sent their best and brightest on this historic space mission. They land on the alien planet, strangely full of very familiar animals, by the way, go out on their first exploration, and promptly lose their way back to the ship. Did no one remember to pack a compass? Weren't any of these guys Boy Scouts?
Attention, Star Cadets! This is Captain Paxar of the Interdimensional Peace Force speaking. All Star Cadets are ordered to report every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Earth Pacific Standard Time to these internet coordinates, where you will be sent on a daring mission through time, space, and alternate dimensions, alongside such classic retro sci-fi heroes as Flash Gordon, Captain Zero, Tom Corbett's Space Cadet, Space Angel, and many others. Again, report to these internet coordinates every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Earth Pacific Standard Time for Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour. And always remember, Star Cadets, keep the peace.
Larry!
From the exotic geisha houses of Tokyo to the back alleys of the Ginza Strip comes the terrifying news of a fiendish creature that threatens to destroy all who stand in his way. This is the frightening story of an American reporter in Tokyo who unwittingly became the victim of a shocking scientific experiment that turned him into a horrible mutant, half man, half monster, the Manster.
What happened?
He got away.
I think I know where he's going, to Taras. Follow me.
Right.
There's panic in the streets as the unheard of terror of a half man, half monster runs wild through the city.
There he goes!
Don't miss The Manster, a genuine thriller in the most frightening sense of the word.
Ralph. Ralph!
Let's get him back to camp.
I can't find a kit.
Get the kit. Get me the canteen. Get the canteen! Nora. Get that rag wet. Lost a lot of blood.
Oh, it's all my fault.
It's nobody's fault. What were you doing away from this area anyway? You know you're not supposed to leave camp.
I know.
You better get some sleep. You're gonna need it. You better keep a sharp lookout from now on.
How is he?
He's in no shape to travel. We'd better leave him here.
Not alone.
No, you stay with him. We'll find our way back to the ship and get the supplies.
Oh, Pat, we can bring your lab equipment back, then you can work here at least better. Fine.
Just don't leave this area. We've taken all but one canteen, but go easy on the water.
Okay, but hurry back, will you? Oh, Ralph, darling, I'm so sorry.
Cold. Freezing cold. Where's everybody?
Oh, they've gone. They've gone back to the ship for supplies and equipment. You've been unconscious for a day and a half.
Oh, I don't remember what happened.
You were hurt, but you're all right now. Oh.
You've been here all alone?
Somebody had to stay with you. Couldn't be left alone.
Well, I'm all right now.
Oh, take it easy. You know after a bout like you've had, you've got to relax and rest.
need some medicine. When will he be back?
We'll see. Try to rest now.
Hey, where'd you pick this one up?
We didn't. He picked us up.
That's Joe. Hello, Joe. Hey, Joe. Go investigate the lady. Wake her up, boy.
Oh, hi. Boy, am I glad you're back. Did you have a good trip? Lovely, if you like walking.
Anything unusual, Dick? What's unusual anymore? Saw something that looked like a Sherman tank, but didn't bother us.
Hey, who's the cook in the outfit tonight? I'll do it. I bet you're hungry. This one's been eating all day long.
Good. He'll get his strength back faster that way. Did you find anything today, Dick? Besides Joe, I mean.
I got a whole bag full of specimens. Near as I can figure, this place will support a lot of people. If we had to stay here for any length of time, we should be able to live off the land without much trouble.
Thanks, but I'll take Earth, USA. Me too. Hey, what are the plans for tomorrow?
Well, I thought Nora and I'd finish our tests and samplings, and then I thought...
And then I want to take a look at that island.
I seem to remember some instructions about not separating.
We haven't run into anything we can't handle, Ralph.
You know, I think they all read too much science fiction. You know, they probably thought we'd meet some kind of super race up here or something.
Why don't we all go together?
Doctor, you know better than the rest of us that you're in no shape to travel.
That's right. So Nora and I'll take one of the rubber rafts tomorrow and spend the day on the island. Pat, you do whatever work you can around here.
Dick, what are we going to do about watches tonight?
I'll take the first one. I'll get some sleep when it gets light.
Hey, I heard that business about the watches. I may be a little weak, but I can still handle a gun.
Oh, don't be silly, Ralph. You need to rest. Look, maybe we don't need a watch. Joe seems to be pretty good at shouting alarms.
Let's count on Joe for extras. I'm taking the first one.
That is one big snake. And it's very close, so you should shoot it. You should shoot the snake. Yes, that's right. Go for your gun. Go for your gun and shoot the snake. Shoot it. Don't just stare at it. Don't just watch it. It's getting really close. It's getting very close. Okay, well, it's not going to attack you, but it is going to attack your friends. Don't just stare at it. Okay, you've got your gun. Shoot the snake. Shoot it. Shoot the snake. Well, now it's crawling on your friend. It's got a very long body. You could still shoot the snake and be okay. It's all over your friend now. You should shoot the snake. Why don't you just shoot the snake?
Dance, baby, dance, come and dance with me. Hear the beat of the pounding sea. Ride, baby, ride, come and ride with me. Let your feet go easy and free.
What do you make of this? Where does the other end go? It dumps into the ocean.
It looks exactly like the South American Fantigua fish. I hope you can take one alive, Sheriff.
I still believe that a human clawed that girl to death. The Beach Girls and the Monster, starring John Hall, Sue Casey, and the glamorous Watusi dancing girls from Hollywood's famed Whiskey A Go-Go nightclub. Music by Frank Sinatra, Jr.
You got a monster in the surf. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Jinx, do you have a problem? You won't have after you meet the monster on the beach. If you see this ghoul, play it cool. Beauties in bikinis, laughing, singing, surfing, sinning. Beach party lovers making hey hey in the moonlight while the monster waits and watches. Yeah. This one will kill you.
You know, I am sensing a distinct lack of dinosaur in our feature film tonight, King Dinosaur. With any luck, we'll see something at least vaguely resembling a dinosaur soon. The closest we've gotten so far is an alligator and a couple of snakes. And little Joe the honey bear is hardly a prehistoric beast. So, here's hoping.
Are you sure you're all right, Ralph?
In the pink, there's nothing like a good, quiet night's sleep.
If you have to get back to the ship for any reason, the best way is along the shoreline of the lake. It's too easy to get lost going through the jungle. Nor we better travel light. Got to pick up that raft on the way.
By the way, there's a flare gun in each of those rubber rafts. If you're not back by dark, you better fire a couple. If you're okay, make it white. Any trouble, red.
Better yet, just stay out of trouble. And take good care of Joe. I'm getting very fond of him. See you later, fellas. Bye. Help me with this. Do you remember any of your chemistry?
Enough to know about the chemistry between us.
Look, mister, it's daytime for business. Let's get this thing over with so we can get home.
That time can't come too soon for me.
Come on, boy. Joe, come on.
Come
I'm not
on,
gonna
let's
wait
go.
for you. Let's go. Come on.
Joe, come on.
Let's shove off.
It looks pretty barren.
This was your idea.
Look at the flock of birds.
So that's where those vultures have been coming from. There must be something on the island that attracts them.
It looks a little forbidding.
That shore doesn't look too bad. Let's paddle over that way.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Just thunder. It's much colder here. I'll put the raft over there.
All right.
Let's get going, Nora.
Here, take Joe. There's a pair of those birds.
Learn anything?
Lots of things.
Like what, for instance?
Like, for instance, you may be a wonderful doctor, but you're an awful patient.
That's a privilege that only a doctor can afford. Seriously, what have you gotten from all these tests?
Well, for one thing, there's lots of bacteria that exist here that don't on Earth.
Which means stay healthy because there might not be a cure for them, right?
Right. What a desolate, forsaken place. Get that rumbling. Almost an animal roar.
Still sounds like thunder to me. Do you want to go on or turn back?
Let's go on.
Looks like a cave up on that ledge.
That isn't thunder.
I know it.
There's an opening down there. Get in it. Get him.
Get Jungle!
Take this camera. And load it. Wrap this up. Nobody's gonna believe this.
You got that right. No one could possibly believe that. This is, of course, a favorite trick of low-budget filmmakers, using iguanas and baby alligators on miniature sets as dinosaurs. Never believable, and often very cruel to the lizards used. And speaking of cruel, I know Nora's screaming was getting kind of obnoxious, but there was no need to throw her back against the rocks like that. In fact, it looks like she hit her head. You know, it's bad enough to be in a low-budget movie for very little pay, but to do it with a headache?
From ancient Genesis to the modern screen is the name written in blood. Iga!
If I could just call you on the phone. The code of the ghost at the sign of the toad. Nobody lives on the Brownsville Road.
Thrill to the newest recording star, Archibald Jr.
Oh, the scream in this way.
See ravishing Marilyn Manning in a thrilling, chilling story. The last of the prehistoric giants sees his first girl. Noah. And Curious newsmen search deep in giant country for the last of the ancient cavemen. See a tough giant tamed by the soft hands of his captive woman. See him sacrifice his ageless beard for her love. Then lose her to a boy in a dune buggy, escaping a burning desert. Iga's primitive passion was love or kill. Hear Iga talk, the ancient language of love, used at the beginning of time. See Iga!
Hand me that Barry pistol.
Are you thinking of Ralph and Pat?
I hate to bring them into this. It's our only way out of here. Stay right here. Don't move.
Well, something awful's happened. Listen to that noise.
I hear it.
Look, the flare.
A red flare, Pat. They're in trouble.
Resembles the Tyrannosaurus Rex of Earth's prehistoric age.
No, it doesn't.
Tyrannosaurus Rex. King Dinosaur. To think, this monster dominates Nova just as similar ones dominated Earth 125 million years ago. It's like living in the past. It's a good likeness, isn't it?
Well, who cares? No one's ever going to believe us anyway, if we ever get here.
There's their raft.
Closer. In that canyon. something prehistoric.
Oh, it's horrible. Here, shoot it. Do something.
What with? That won't do any good.
Well, do something. We've got to get to them.
No, they've got to get to us.
Do you love horror, science fiction, B-movies, horror hosts, old-time radio, just plain spooky stuff? Then you should sign up at patreon.com/Lord Blood-Rah. You'll be supporting the production of Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-Wrackin Theater, presenting the best, worst, and wildest horror films ever made. Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-Wrackin Auditorium, featuring the best of old-time radio horror. Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour, showing classic 1950s sci-fi shows for Star Cadets of all ages. Plus, you'll get exclusive access to bonus content like Behind the Curtains of the Nerve-Wrackin Auditorium, a deep dive into radio horror. Lord Blood-Rah's B-movie reviews, a look at a classic low-budget drive-in feature, and much more. Sign up today at patreon.com/Lord Blood-Rah for the love of horror. And now, on to the conclusion of the weekly reptile review. King Dinosaur. As Dr. Gordon and Nora are trapped in a cave by unrealistic special effects.
This is our chance.
Over here! Faster! Will they make it?
Sure, they're gonna make it.
Oh,
come on! You all right?
Yeah. Dad!
I brought the atom bomb. I think it's a good time to use it.
Wait, you brought what? Excuse me?
All right, set for 8 o'clock. That's a half an hour from now. Come on, let's get out of here.
Get off that way!
done it.
Yeah. We sure have done it. We brought civilization to planet Nova. Come on. Let's go home.
No, movie, no. You don't get to end with a wry comment about civilization after our heroes unnecessarily set off an atom bomb on a pristine new planet. Little Joe the Honey Bear agrees.
What have you done? You've unleashed deadly radiation in my home. We're all going to mutate now.
That's a good point, Little Joe. You want Godzillas? That's how you get Godzillas. Old Time Radio Horror. Experience the subtle magic of old-time radio horror every week with Lord Blood-Rah's nerve-wracking auditorium, chilling audio nightmares from radio classics like Lights Out, The Witch's Tale, Dark Fantasy, and many more. Available on YouTube and most podcast providers. Lord Blood-Rah's nerve-wracking auditorium. Please leave your eyes at the door. You will not need them.
That it could happen in America. That it could happen now. That it could ever happen to me. Another murder tonight. At Watergate. My apartment.
Issue the order that he be taken alive.
The moon hasn't risen yet. Put a guard on me.
As always, my lords and ladies, a short feature film means a big surprise for you. And tonight, we will continue to reach out beyond our Earth and go on a daring adventure with our brave space explorer, Scott McCloud, aka Space Angel. Tonight, Scott is sent to investigate strange eruptions on the sun, but instead gets involved in an unusual rescue mission. Here, filmed in the innovative and quite disturbing Synchrovox process, is Space Angel in the adventure Scratch One Chimp.
Orville, the first living being ever to be sent into space. That was many years ago. Johnny, you have a question?
Yes, sir. How long did he stay up there?
I'm afraid the shot was not successful. The trajectory missed, and the capsule went into orbit around the sun.
Then he must still be up there.
Well, he was given up for dead years ago. But soon after, a second chimpanzee called Wilbur was sent up for another try.
Did they get him back all right?
Yes. He was brought safely back to Earth after completing 11 orbits, and he lived to a ripe old age before he died.
Are there any questions?
But what about Orville? Shouldn't somebody look for him?
Well, Johnny, I'm sure he's in chimpanzee heaven by now.
But how do we know for sure?
We don't. And I'm afraid we never will, Johnny.
Children, time for recess. And let's thank Mr. McCloud for bringing these interesting films of early attempts at space exploration.
Thank you. But now I'm afraid I'll have to hurry back to the Evening Star.
You taking the Starduster?
No. It's already up there, being ready for a special trip toward the sun.
You gonna look for Orville?
I'm terribly sorry, Johnny. But we're on a research project having to do with some new hydrogen eruptions and radiation storms. They're disrupting our space traffic patterns. So long, boys.
Goodbye, Mr. McCloud, and thank you.
Come in, Chief.
How are you coming with the Sun Research Project? We've got to know when the eruptions will hit full force.
I'm on my way to the Evening Star now. The Starduster is being ready for takeoff when I get there.
You're on glide path. Keep her coming.
Firing retros.
Scott, these eruptions have been increasing steadily. We may be in serious trouble.
We'll take a look at the far side and report back.
Right. With that information, we can anticipate what is likely to happen. But we haven't much time. We are ready when you are, Skipper.
Did you bring me the lipstick I wanted, Scott?
I sure did.
Then I'm ready, too.
The boss is ready. Let's go.
Your bedtime.
Just a minute, Mom.
Tomorrow's another day, Johnny.
I'm getting something. It's it, Mom. I got him. He's alive. I knew it. It has to be him. Who? Orville. It's his heartbeat. He's alive. There's a call. This is the Starduster. Come in.
Scott, this is Professor Mace. I've got that boy Johnny on the line. He insists on talking to you.
Okay. Put him on video. Johnny.
Oh, sir, I got him. I really got him. I can hear his heartbeat. He's alive.
Whose heart? Who's alive?
Orville.
Orville?
Who's Orville?
But Johnny, that's impossible. No chimp could live that long.
But he is. I took a recording of the space lab at the university, and they said it was a 50-50 chance. Listen. He's in orbit around the sun and getting closer. We gotta get him quick or he'll burn up for sure.
All right, Johnny. If the space lab agrees. You give your readings to Crystal while we get on our way. Evening Star, let's get us out of here.
They use 227.3 megacycles, according to the old records. And that's what I got it on. But orbiting around the sun, well, you couldn't possibly have... I got it on video. Crystal, Scott, sir, I've got him on video. I can see him. I'm switching channels to try and pick it up.
It can't be.
Stand by, Johnny. Johnny, I think I've got it too. I know it's him. It's Orville.
Scott, Taurus, look.
Assume the position and open your minds wide. It's time for your cranial cavity search. Yes, my lords and ladies, the cranial cavity search. Here's a chance for all you great geeks out there to prove your geek cred by showing what you know. And tonight's cranial cavity search question is: what was the title of the very first live-action film to feature dinosaurs? What was the first live-action film with dinosaurs? Was it A, The Lost World, B, The Dawn of Time, C, Prehistoric Peeps, or D, The Story of Man? What was the first live-action film to feature dinosaurs? We'll find out after these peculiar prehistoric creatures known as Commercialis obnoxious stomp into your homes and roar into your ears. And the answer to tonight's cranial cavity search question: what was the title of the very first live-action film to feature dinosaurs? It was C, Prehistoric Peeps. Yes, Prehistoric Peeps from 1905. The film was based on a comic strip series written and drawn by Edward Tennyson Reed, which began in the 1890s. The comic strip, which featured the adventures of a group of cave people living among dinosaurs, was adapted into a series of live-action films, featuring the first ever depictions of a dinosaur in a live-action film. Hey, that one on the right there looks like Kerwin. I wonder if Sven knows about this. Anyway, on to the conclusion of our Space Angel adventure, Scratch One Chimp, as the crew of the Starduster now have evidence that Orville, the chimp, may still be alive.
He can't be alive.
That's actually the heartbeat of that chimpanzee. It would prove again that living things don't age in space.
It is a space chimp. You just gotta try and get him, please.
I'll do the best I can, Johnny.
Scott, it's the chief.
I've got to sign off, Johnny. Stand by.
But what about... What about...
Scott, you there?
Yes, sir.
How's that project coming? Traffic control's on my neck. They want facts.
We're approaching the target area.
Good.
Oh, by the way, sir, one of our operators appears to have picked up the heartbeat of the pioneer space chimpanzee Orville, who was lost in the late 1950s in orbit around the sun.
That's ridiculous.
Well, the University Space Lab concurs, and we picked up his heartbeat. I believe we have his capsule on video. I thought we might pick it up.
Forget it. You've got a job to do.
But, Chief...
I say scratch that, Chip, and that's an order. Out.
Johnny, we've got bad news.
But
We have orders not to interrupt our mission.
Orville's going to burn up in the sun. Don't give up yet, Johnny.
Sorry, lad, but it's the chief's orders.
But you can't. You just can't let him die now. What's the matter, Johnny? They're going to let him die, Mom. They're going to let him die. Who, Johnny? Orville, the space chimp. He's alive, and I found him. Now he's going to burn up in the sun. You'd better get washed, Johnny. Dinner's ready. Yeah, sure, Mom. I gotta see the chief. I gotta. Can I see the chief? It's very important. I'm afraid he's busy right now. It's very important.
He's busy. You'll have to wait. You'll have to wait. Is that kid still waiting?
Yes, sir.
I might as well send him in.
And that's the reason, sir, that I know he's still alive.
I'll admit you convinced me. And if you're right, the data which we can learn will be invaluable. Master Control, get me the Starduster.
Yes, sir.
Scott. This is the chief.
Yes, sir.
I've been talking to that boy, Johnny. What do you mean leaving that chimp in danger of frying to a crisp?
But, Chief...
Don't argue. Just go get that chimp before he fries in one of those sun flares.
Roger, Chief. Will do. Starduster out.
There, boy. Happy now?
Sure, sir. Thank you very much.
I've got that chimp in the scope again. That lad sure made a monkey out of the chief, eh, Skipper?
Now, Taurus.
Never mind that. I don't like the looks of that sun. We're going to have to pass too close for comfort to those searing flames.
Scott McCloud in hot pursuit.
You're in great form today, aren't you?
If we're going to get fried, we might as well get fried happy.
Happy or not, turn the cooling unit up and get set for a change in trajectory.
Ready, Skipper. Skipper, that was close.
Scott, we're getting close to the capsule.
I've got him, Taurus. Better get into your monkey suit.
Okay, Skipper, we're even. You keep that cooling array ready just in case.
Be glad to get us out of this heat.
Taurus, watch your suit temperature. I've got the cooling ray on full blast.
Well, Oliver, old boy, that was close. Sorry it took us so long to get to you.
Crystal, you better call Johnny. He'll be sitting on pins and needles. After all, this is really his achievement.
We should have brought some bananas.
Come in, Johnny. Johnny, this is the Starduster. Come in, Johnny. Johnny, do you read me? Over. Johnny? Huh? Oh, Miss Crystal. Oh, this is Johnny. I'm sorry. I must have fallen asleep. We've got him, Johnny. You were right. He's alive. Oh, boy. I can hardly wait.
Johnny, we still have to complete our research job.
Yes, sir. Sure. Oh, when?
We'll be landing at 0700 hours. Why don't you meet us at the pad?
Yes, lad, and better buy a big bunch of bananas.
Why, will, Mr. Torres. I sure will.
See you at 0700.
I'll be there. I sure will. Mom! They found him. He's alive. Oh, I'm so glad, Johnny. Now, how about breakfast? Not now, Mom. I gotta run. They're coming in at 0700 hours. 0700 hours?
That's how a boy's faith brought Orville, the space chimp, back to Earth. Tune in again next time for another exciting story with Scott McCloud, Space Angel.
Yes, Space Angel, brought to you through the magic of Synchrovox. I wonder why this never caught on. It's not like it haunted children's nightmares for decades or anything. Ha ha! Maybe I should do all my shows this way. We'll see. Anyway, my lords and ladies, I want to thank you all for watching, and I want to invite you all back again next week when we'll do whatever this is all over again. Ha ha! As always, I am Lord Blood-Rah saying, geek out.